Hey guys, so this is the demo of the Finder Pro app, the professional service marketplace product by Appscrip.com. So you can download the app Finder Pro from the App Store or the Play Store. We have it live on the App Store right now, so this is where you can see it. You just have to look for Find a Pro in continuous characters, and you will find the product. I already have the app installed, so let me just pull it up. So I go in here, I start the app. So these are the launcher pages. Again, all of these can change, right? And as a reminder, we have built it as a marketplace for multiple categories, but you can also just have it for one category alone. So you can have a marketplace for astrologers, for psychics, and other such things, right? So I can click on next and go to all the different pages of the app. I can click on continue. I can quickly log in, right? Now we support social login and we also support number-based login. So let me quickly make an account here. Um, it'll tell me if I already have an account or not. It'll verify my number. And now I don't have an account, and that's why it's asking me for some more information. So I can just say Rahul, this is my test customer account. I can make an email ID here that says Rahul test at appscrip.com. I put in a referral code. If I had a referral code, I would get some free credits in my wallet, so I can use that for making payments on the app. So I continue, and here's my account, right? So we have a program set up by which I get some free credits on sign up. So I've got $550 on sign up. So this is how my app looks. So on the first page we have Finder Pro in just 60 seconds. So this is a feature that we've introduced where you can do an on-demand, almost Uber-like booking of professionals. So I could click on any one category and then add more information, and it'll almost go out to all the available providers who can then decide if they want to take up the gig or not, right? And the prices for such on-demand consultation is set by the admin, because obviously the user needs to know how much they want to pay, and in a marketplace environment, everyone sets a different price per minute. But if the pro is available for on demand, then he has to set a price within a certain range, and this is the price for which they will all work. So that's the on demand flow. All right, so the next flow we'll kind of cover on the demo is we'll show you how you could book an on-demand appointment with a pro, right? So on the customer app, I go to the call section. I look for all the pros that are available, right, for an instant call. So I'll look for Melanie, that's the one I want to book, right? So I'll click on the filter icon on the customer app. I will, I can sort them based on popularity and different parameters. I'll sort them based on profession. I'll look for astrology, and I'll apply the filter, right? So now I see Melanie shows up right on top and she's online, right? So I can actually click on Melanie's profile to see more about Melanie, and I can read a bio about her, all the products that she set up, virtual products which she set up over here, more about Melanie, profession she's under, an education background, social media icons, all of that stuff can show up here, including all her social media posts, or all the posts she's created on the app, and also reviews. Yeah. So if I like Melanie, I can add it to my favorites, right? And if needed, I can also look at other pros. Now we've added that filter option where you can apply different filters based on language. You can filter pros based on language, gender. If you want to book a pro in a specific country, for example, astrologers may be better in India than other countries. If you want to filter them based on rating parameters, right? So I can sort all of this. So I can apply this, and then it would show me the available pros. So now let me show you the booking flow. If we have different ways in which we can book Melanie. One is, of course, we can select one of the products and book that. Or if Melanie is available and online, I can actually book her instantly. So I can book her for astrology, and I can book her for different topics. So I can book her for, let's say, astrology. I can book a 15-minute session. Melanie had set a $1 per minute rate. I can look for a slot for today and say I want to book the 3:45 slot, right, which is the soonest available. Add some notes. So add some notes, upload files if I want. I can upload a document from here. I can go upload this, add that, and the payment method is my wallet. You can see the total with tax, and then I can book an appointment, right? So I'll pay and continue. It'll ask me for a confirmation, and I'll say okay, confirmed. And as soon as that payment goes through, I will be able to see the appointment request come up on the pro side, right? So that's happened.
Order.
You can see that notification here on the pro side, and on the customer side you get the update that the appointment has been booked. So as soon as the timer ends, I will be able to click on join on the pro side to start the call, and the customer would also be able to click on that to join. So I'll click on join on the pro side. So it will say I'm the only one in the room and I'm waiting for the customer to join. So we're using a third-party software called isometric.ai to power all our calls, and these are all low latency WebRTC calls that we are running here. So now on the customer side, we'll click on join, and the meeting would start between the pro and the customer. So as you see here, this is my stream that's visible on the customer side, and I'm able to see the customer's UI here, right? So here at the moment I am the pro, and the and Sneha here is the customer. So this is how a chat can be initiated between the pro and the customer. We also have an option to chat in real time. So I can say, hey Sneha, and that would be visible on the chat on her side as well, right? And she can reply back with a message as well. So we have live chat happening between the pro and the customer. We can also share files. I can share different kinds of files like documents, videos, images, and the same can be shared by the customer. So we click, you can share all these kinds of files from within the chat, right? So the chat and the call are completely instant. The chats again are powered through isometric.ai, which is the service we use for running all our chats on the platform. Now we have other features on the app. We have this option for the pros to share their screen. I can choose a screen to share, right? And that screen will be visible on the customer side. So on the customer side, you will notice that along with the shared screen, she's also able to see my video. So that all happens together. So as I scroll over here, you can see that the screen on her end is also scrolling. So this is the screen share feature that we have on the meeting side of things, right? Now there are other things a pro can do. They can share content from their library. This can be shared on the screen during the session. And if the pro also has an option to start the recording of the call. So the recording is a cool feature that, you know, if the session is good and the customer wants a recording of the session after the class or after the appointment, this can be made available to them as well, right? So let me stop this for the moment. Now on the customer side, when they're done with the appointment, let's say they need to extend the appointment, right? And they're not done with the appointment yet. They can click on the extension icon, and we have different options to extend 15, 30, 45. All these extension values are determined by what the pro has set up on their profile. So if I click on 15 minute and extend, I pay and extend, the customer's wallet will be charged, and I will be able to, the pro will be informed of the extension, and they will get this alert, and the time here would be extended by a further 15 minutes. So we have this extension flow. This is especially useful when the book duration is not enough for the customer's needs. Now the customer, when they're done with the session, they can click on the end button there on the top right, and once that they click on the end session, they get a confirmation, and they say yes. Once that is done, the customer gets an option to rate their session with the provider. So they can put in a 5-star rating and add a review, right? And add a nice session, yeah. And the pro also will be able to do the same. On the pro side, we are able to generate a report for the session. I can mention what was my rating of the customer on different parameters, and all these parameters can be set from the backend. None of this is fixed, right? And good session, right? And this is very important for the pro because they only get paid once they submit this report at the end of each session. Again, I'm just repeating, all these values and the parameters can all be set by the provider or by the system admin. So I'll submit this, And once that is done, the session gets completed and it will move to my completed list here. The next thing we will demo to you is how you can book an instant um, uh, chat with the pro. So I'll click on the chat icon on the bottom. I go into the profile and I can see that this pro has set up different products, right? So I can see I can book a 30-minute chat session and what it costs. So I click on that. I see more information about the chat itself, right? I can see any related media they've uploaded, right? And I can select the session. I'll say, yeah, 4 o'clock, it looks good. Let me book this chat. I click on the book button here and I add any additional notes, right? I can upload any files again. I click on the choose file, send that, right? If I can also answer any additional questions, but that is not mandatory. So for now, I will not answer that. What is your date of birth? And I will click on continue to pay. So as soon as I confirm that, I confirm, yes, I confirm, right? It would book the session and I will see that in the upcoming list on the Pro app, right? So I'll see the session here that the upcoming has been booked and the chat is about to start in 4 minutes. So I can always click on the details on the Pro site and get more information about what the customer is booked. I get all the information here, right? Any additional questions answered, if any. I can also see what the notes, if the customer has left any notes and or given any attachments. I get all that information here, and as soon as the time ends, I will be able to start the chat. So the system tells me that I have 4 minutes for the chat session to start. Okay, so now on the customer side, we have this timer, right? This tells me how much time is left to start the chat. So as soon as the timer ends, both the pro and the customer get an option to start the chat. So I click on start here, right, to initiate the chat between the customer and the pro, and the customer can also do the same. They click on the join and they'll be able to start or join the chat with the pro. So I click on hey, right? So that would initiate an instant chat. And on the customer side, you know how much time you have left. So the customer in this case had paid for a 30-minute chat session. So they see the timer counting down, right? And similarly here we see the timer counting down here. Now we have this option for the pro to see any past interaction data here. So we see that there are 3 calls that have happened. So I can click on this call and I can see the notes that were left, any reports that were left for that customer, what the ratings the customer gave, and if there was a session recording, right? Similarly, I can see the same for the older session as well, right? So this way the pro knows more about the customer and all the past interactions they have had, so that they can have a more accurate discussion with the customer. Similarly here we have different options on the chat to upload photos, documents, photos and videos, or capture something from the camera. We also have an option to leave audio notes, and we have this emoji keyboard that's available, right? If I ever want to go back to information about the booking, I can always click on the information icon here and I get all the data here. So on the customer side, they can also do the same thing. They can click on the different share options. They can share data from within the chat, or they can leave an audio note, or they have the emoji icon, right? Now, if the user wants to extend the session, we have an option to extend the session as well, right? I can extend the session by clicking on the extend option there. So I click on that and I click on extend by 15 minutes. Then the customer would have to pay the money which gets cut from the wallet. You click on the pay, confirm that, and the session gets extended, and the pro is informed in real time that the session has been extended, and you can see the same on the timer over here. So this is how the chat session or the chat appointment works between the pro and the customer. Thank you. When the customer is done with the chat, they can click on the end icon on the top right and click on that, and they can end the session with the pro. So they get a confirmation, they click yes, and the chat ends, right? Again, the customer can leave a review and rating of the chat. Similarly, the pro can create a session report. Now again, this is important because the pro does not get paid unless they submit this session report. So I submit that and the chat completes on the pro side. The next flow we will cover on the demo is the book a call product with the pro. So I click on the pro profile, I see the different products. I see that they also offer a call product here. So I can book a 15-minute video astrology session with this pro. I see the details of the product itself, what are the different times available. I click on the 4:15 slot and I click on book. Now this time around I can answer some questions. What is your time of birth? And I could say it's like some time here and I save that. And what is your place of birth? And I could answer that by entering the city I was born in, right? So these answers help the astrologer, understand the customer itself better, so that they are better prepared for the appointment when the appointment starts. Again, the customer can add notes and upload files. So I confirm the appointment. I click continue to pay, and I confirm the appointment. As soon as the session is booked, I will see that confirmation show up in real time on the pro side, and they can see that the appointment is about to start in 8 minutes. So that's how the whole appointment booking flow works on the between the customer and the pro for a video call product. On the customer side, I can see the upcoming bookings here. So I can always click here and see that this is the appointment that they had booked with the pro, and they know it's about to start in 8 minutes. If I go back to the home screen of the app also, I will be able to see any upcoming bookings here at the bottom of the page. So this makes it easy for the customer to keep track of or be informed of any upcoming bookings. Yeah, so the timer is just about to end for the session to start. So as soon as it ends, I will be able to start that session, and the customer can join the same as well. So I'll start this by clicking on the start. Now I'm the only one in the room, so the customer clicks on the join to start the session as well. So once the customer clicks on that, I will be able to see the video between the customer and the pro. So I'm the pro at this moment, so this is my video, this is the customer. So just like on the earlier part of the video, it has all the same features: instant chat, share screen, share files, recording, all of that is the same as we already demoed. Now in case the appointment is done, the customer will click on the end, right, and complete the appointment, and yeah, click on that, and then just like the other flows, it gives you an option to rate and review the session. So this pretty much wraps up the flow of booking a video product that a provider offers. So on the customer app, we have the webinar tab. Here I can see all the upcoming streams, right, and the ones that are completed. So if I click on one of these, as a customer, I'll be able to RSVP myself to this webinar. So this is about to begin at 4:30. So I'll click on RSVP, and I will get informed. The app will send me a notification. So on the app, we have this notifications tab where we can see all the notifications that will be shown on the product side. So all of them will be shown here, and we can see them all together on the notifications tab. So when the time for the webinar approaches, I can on the pro side here, I click on the start, and I should be able to start the webinar, right? So this is the webinar that's running on the back end, and so that's here. Now I click on the app, and I will be able to click on the webinar here, and I will be able to join it. So I see it's live now, and I click on that, and I will be able to join the webinar. So this is more like a one-way stream, right? One to many, where any customer on the app can join this webinar. They can show their appreciation by clicking on the heart icon here. I can say something on the live chat, right? So all that is completely dynamic. So you can see whatever I type as a viewer, it's visible on the pro side on the left. So it's completely real time. And again, this is a live stream powered by isometric.ai. So as a pro, I'll be able to see who all are the viewers viewing my stream, and the customer can at any point decide to end or leave the stream. Now on the pro side, once they are done with the webinar, they click on the end webinar, and it would end the live webinar for everybody. They'll be able to see a summary of the webinar itself and finish it, right? That's how the webinar flow works. So after the webinar ends, it shows up on the pro side that it's completed, and on the customer side, I'll be able to see it on the completed section as well. So that's how the whole flow works between the customer and the pro for a webinar product. Now, let me talk to you guys more about the features that we have on the customer app, right? So one thing that I would like to start with is the menu options. So we have this option of my orders. This is where we show all the orders and the history of all the past orders on the customer app. Then we have an option here for favorite pros. So if I've marked any pro as favorite, I can see them here. If I've blocked any pro, it shows up on the block pro section. We have a referral feature by which customers can refer other customers to the app, and if a customer joins, then they would get some credit into their wallet. We have the FAQs, which is again managed from the backend. If the customer needs any help, they have a call and a chat on WhatsApp section, and the customer can manage their own profile through the edit here. So I could choose a different profile avatar. I could choose images of my profile from the gallery or uploaded, and I can add a bio. We also have an option to add the link our social accounts here, Google and Apple. So all this can be done from the edit profile section. Now, few things about the product itself. The product itself is completely customizable. So we have taken a middle path between Topmate and Astrotalk. But if you would want something like book instant calls or chats like on Astrotalk, we can make that happen as well. And if you would want it to be like Topmate, where it's a pro and a product booking first approach, that's something we already have. Now there are other few small features we have on the app which are very interesting. We have an option to toggle between two views, card view and the table view. Now the advantage of the card views, you get a better image of the pro itself themselves, and we also can add a video here, so you can see a video profile of the pro, so that you understand better what they do, right? So that's an advantage of a Tinder-esque card view here. Now we also have an option to search. I can search for a pro with their name. So I can look for a particular pro and the app would recommend some pros that match. Or I could look for products and I can say I'm looking for astrology products, and it will give me the options here, right? So the app supports an option to look for a product or a pro. So this way you can you can seek help as long as you know the keywords you're looking for on the product. So this pretty much wraps up the demo, guys, of Find a Pro. Do let me know what you guys think about it. My name is Rahul Sharma. I'm the founder of Appscrip. I can be reached directly at dreamer@appscrip.com, or feel free to book an appointment with me from the calendar or a Calendly link on our website. Thank you very much.